Welcome to today's full day of eating, people. I'm now back and you probably can't tell, but boy, I am soaked. The problem about walking instead of driving to the gym, I am soaked all the way down to my actual socks. I'm dripping, but at least I got my steps in. Boy, anyway, as for today's full day of eating, people, what we're gonna do is do a full day of eating but include no pork. Simply because I have a fair amount of followers that actually don't eat pork because they always get asked like what's alternative to the bacon. So I got to look out for you guys too. So I got bare Muslims, I got bare Rastafari. So at least then we'll do like the no swine thing for every so often. Alright folks, the macros and calories should be on the screen. It should be around the 350-ish mark, I think. This is an easy, nice, tasty wrap. If you want it to be lower calorie, obviously you just don't have the wrap. You can just make the turkey rasher omelette. Another little trick you can do is if you use knife and fork, it tends to make you eat a lot slower. For that reason, your body starts feeling more full because it's digesting the food rather than you just gulping it down. Alright peeps, that meal was delicious. Like the turkey rashers was actually a decent switch out for the bacon medallions. The only issue is that turkey rashers tend to be more expensive. But if you're someone that actually doesn't eat pork, then it'll probably be the better option for you. Anyways, I have an order that came in for my protein, so I'm going to show you guys what's in there. Ooh. One thing I bought was some new pre-workout, the rainbow candy flavor. I've seen this hyped all over Instagram. It's the My Protein cereal whey. So the funny thing is, I actually thought this was a cereal. Because of the picture, I naturally thought it was actually a whey protein cereal. I am going to actually have a protein smoothie today, so I'll probably give it like a little taste test. I got a hoodie here. This looks pretty nice. It fits pretty cool. It's a nice lightweight kind of fabric. Zip pockets on both sides. But yeah, man, I really do like this hoodie. I think it looks pretty damn good. This is, I think it said the Engage range. Also got myself a new hat. Black and white. Ooh, fresh. What we're gonna do is test out this cereal milk flavor of the protein shake. I'm hoping it tastes good. Anyhow, everyone's kind of overhyped it and it doesn't taste that great. I'm gonna be vexed. Ooh, it smells really nice. Yeah, it smells like a sweetish taste as well. If you have tried the cereal milk flavor, let me know what you would rate it out of 10. If you've ever had any vanilla ice cream flavored whey protein, it tastes very similar to that, but with like a little bit of a sweeter taste. That tastes really good. I'm gonna easily give that a 9.5. And trust me, you know I don't just plug things for the sake of it. Anything that I give over a rating of like an 8.5 means it's great. To be honest, I'm not even gonna have the smoothie. I'm just gonna have this because I don't want the fruits to like dilute the taste of this. This tastes really nice. I'm gonna drink this now. I'm also, before I make my next meal, I'm gonna try and cut my hair down. So I can't be asked to go to the barber at the moment. So yeah, stay tuned as the next meal will be cooking something new that I haven't cooked on the channel before. Right peeps, we are back. I did attempt to cut the hair, I haven't brushed or anything yet, but I trimmed it down enough that it'll fit in my hat. Anyways, right now what we're going to do is go on to the next meal, and this is one of the new things that I spotted at Tesco. They have a few various flavours of these 2 beef ranch steaks, which are very high protein and very little calories. Each one of these steaks is 134 calories, roughly around 26 grams of protein and 2.5 grams of fat. So that is very good. That's almost basically chicken fillet kind of macros. So basically with these steaks, the reason why it's such lower calories is because they trim off most of the fat. They come pre-seasoned, and for the most part the seasoning tastes alright as it is. I sometimes do add some additional maybe all-purpose seasoning and maybe a little bit of salt if it needs it. This one's a barbecue seasoning one, so from what I remember, it needs a little bit of salt. But they also have like a garlic and herb one, which is already kind of salty, so you don't need that. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is make this with 200 grams of baby potatoes. And some of you are probably going to think, why haven't you got any sort of green veg to go with it? It's purely because, one, I'm not a massive fan of green veg and I've ran out. Like, I do occasionally eat things like broccoli and stuff like that, but I'm not a massive fan of it. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to go buy and sprinkle it on the plate just for you guys to see it. I'm showing you real stuff. This is how I eat on a day-to-day basis and see results. Obviously, eating vegetables is good for you, and I recommend you guys to do it too. But if I'm being honest, the only time I really go very veg heavy is when I'm really cutting, because I need it because I'm hungry. And this is one of the reasons why I also take multivitamins, spirulina and certain other supplements, because you need to get these minerals somewhere. So ideally the best option is actually food, but if you're someone that is kind of semi-fussy to like myself, you need to supplement it. That's when supplements are meant to come into play, when you either can't afford or you just aren't willing to get the actual real nutrients from the actual items of food. So it's all about knowing when you need to opt for certain things to actually improve your overall diet and nutrition. Hopefully you understand that. Alright peeps, I got my meal here. Macros and stuff should be on the screen. I'm gonna estimate roughly around 400, actually no, I got potatoes as well, around the 500 calorie mark. Very quick and simple. As it's pre-season, if you don't know how to cook, you can get them out of the packet and use them straight away. Anyways people, I'll see you guys for the next meal after I eat this. Purely because that cereal milk tasted so damn good, I want to try it again. But I will be doing it as a smoothie, so I can at least still get in the fruits I haven't had today. So basically what I really want to do is just see if it tastes good in the smoothie as well, because if it does taste good in the smoothie, I will definitely buy more in bulk before they run out. I decided to add a lot more ice into it, so it made it more like ice cream. So it's like basically super thick. It's like not runny at all. And what I'm gonna do is basically have it as if it's ice cream. Okay, it's really thick. And because I'm a lazy fucker, I'm gonna eat the whole thing out of the actual bottle, purely because I don't want to dirty up a bowl, just so you guys can see it in a bowl. It tastes good though, man. What else I will have is probably about maybe 30 minutes after this, I'm gonna have some popcorn. This popcorn is actually from Muscle Food, so if you buy stuff from them, like the egg whites and stuff, check out the popcorn as well. It tastes pretty nice. I wouldn't say it's the most affordable. I think each bag's £1, but if you ever find that, for example, you're trying to get to the £25 minimum order and you're close to it, I'd definitely recommend those popcorn. They taste nice. Also, in the event that you're failing to make the protein ice cream pretty thick, it's typically better if you use something like banana, something that's a bit more doughy, that when you blend it up, it kind of keeps consistency a little bit thicker. If you don't have that, what you can use is this thing called Guar Gum. There's Guar Gum and xanthan gum. It's the stuff that Greg Doucette, if you watch his channel, what he uses to make his ice cream. I've used them a few times, but when I do that, it's really, really super thick. So I use Ninja. I use my Ninja blender because it gets really, really thick, and you need a blender that spins very, very fast to make sure the consistency comes out good and not just foamy and weird. In the scenario you don't use any of those kind of powders, those Guar Gums and stuff, use something like a banana. Like I've only used like about 1/3 of a banana. If you use like half, mix with some other fruits, it'll definitely thicken it up. Anyways, now I'll see you for the next meal. Peeps, we are now back to do the final meal, and what we're going to go for is a chicken fajita, chicken and cheese and wrap. So we've got the Muscle Food marinated chicken, I've got defrosted, I'm going to eat the full packet, which is 225 grams. Then we're going to have one of these wraps again, the 6 light wraps. It's a very decent amount of calories and tastes pretty good. 127 calories, and then I'm just going to have some low fat cheese with it. So I'm going to cook that now. These out of the packet taste pretty good, so I don't add any extra seasoning to it. To cook these doesn't take that long. It's probably around 20-ish minutes on a high heat on the frying pan. In the oven it might take a little bit longer. But yeah, I really like them anyway. From Muscle Food as well, so you know the drill. Muscle Food egg whites and all that stuff, the links are in the description box. And the time so far, it is 10 PM. Just to give you a time scale of how I kind of eat my eating window, I go to bed around 1:30. So for that 1:30 a.m. So for that reason, I kind of try and move my eating window later on in the day. So you'll find that most of my full day eatings, I don't eat like a proper size meal till probably usually the earliest 12 p.m. so the afternoon. And that's simply because when I start the day a lot earlier, I just eat much more food in the day, and because I'm not normally that hungry in the morning, I usually go for something like a cereal bar or a coffee or a Monster, something just to tie me over when I wake up, and then my appetite really kicks in about midday. So that's kind of the kind of vibes I'm kind of at. For someone that potentially goes to bed at like, I don't know, say 11 p.m, I wouldn't advise eating at 10 p.m, it's too close. I would try and give like a 2-hour buffer before you go to sleep, just because all that food is going to be sitting in your stomach and you ain't even moving. So I would advise giving a 2-hour buffer. And here we have it, people, a basic chicken feta wrap done in very fast, because I didn't have to actually do anything. That wasn't even the case of you have to know how to cook. So for those of you that suck at cooking, you're going to have to get prepared stuff or learn. Learning is the better option, but there's so many people that have said to them to learn and they'll come back with, oh, I haven't got the time to learn, even though in reality, if you're watching a 20-minute video of me, you could watch a 20-minute video of someone else like actually doing the breakdown of every single meal. I've even got videos in the past. If you guys want to see more like specific recipes on just one, meal that's more complicated, let me know and I can look to do that too. But yeah, it's all about putting the time in. There's too many people that have given me so much excuses when I tell them to do certain things like learn how to cook, or at least learn the portion sizes, track occasionally to figure out portion sizes, and they'll come up with excuses, or I haven't got time to work out in the gym. It all comes down to priorities. If you have time to watch bare TV shows, Power, bare Netflix shows, Invincible, Amazon Prime, bare anime, you have time to put aside to do other things. But if you don't choose to, that's your prerogative. And I'm not condemning you, but you just can't use like not having time as your excuse. Anyways, so I'm going to eat the fajita now. The only other things I'm probably going to eat is probably this apple, because that should fill me up for at least probably 30 to 45 minutes, will push me up to almost like 11 o'clock, and then I'll have an apple around like, maybe probably about 11:15, and then that'll kind of keep me up until I go to bed. So yeah, anyways people, thanks for watching. Right now I'm going to eat that meal while I go and watch some Netflix. I'm going to watch How to Make a Murderer on Netflix. That shit is crazy. Anyways people, like, comment, subscribe, double tap the video, and I will see you guys for the next full day of eating. Comment down below what calorie number you would like me to reach for the next video. Today our aim was to go for roughly around 1900 calories. The macros and calories should have been on screen so you see what we reached. Regardless, we're going to eat a high protein diet.
Make $1 million cash for you flatline. Make a master plan, watch it backfire.